Hey, come on.
Hello, we are the Dragon Sisters. I am Skatha. I am Katla, and this is Glaurung. And we have a story about the real story about the Snow Queen,
I'm calling Aaron.
in which we play a role.
Wait, no, is that say Aaron?
In Norway, this is the true story of the Snow Queen. There lived a little boy named Kai and this little girl named Gerda, and they were the best of friends. And they would play in the garden of Kai's grandmother, and they'd play in the rose garden because they loved the roses best of all and reminded each other of each other. And in the evenings, they would go to Kai's grandmother, and Kai's grandmother would tell them stories, and Kai said to his grandmother, "Grandmother, the bees go after the flowers. Is there a queen for the snowflakes, the way there is for the bees and the flowers?" Well, actually, yes, there is, as it was snowing very heavily now, and the snowflakes were out. And his grandmother, he says, she's called the Snow Queen, but not many people have heard of her. She lives far away, far, far to the north, and she lives alone, and she only has her mirror as her companion. And she always looks in her mirror, and she says, "You're my only friend. You are the only one who loves me." And one day, the Snow Queen looked into her mirror, and she looks in the mirror and she says to her mirror, "You don't love me. I curse you." And she throws the mirror down, and the mirror scatters into numerous shards that go off everywhere. And into each one of those shards of the mirror goes all her sadness and anger and loneliness are in them. And they say that if any one of those shards of that mirror was to go into your eye, you'd never quite see things the same again. And if one pierced into your heart, then the pain would quickly go away, and you'd start to realize
I have that.
It would be like
that book somewhere, but
that
I don't know
you
where
wouldn't
it
even
is.
know that your heart had been frozen as solid as ice, and you'd become cold and unfeeling, and you wouldn't even know it. So after the story was over, Gerda goes to bed, and her friend Kai stays up, and he's looking out of the window, and he's looking at the snowflakes falling, and he says, "Sometimes I think I like snow best of all." And so all of a sudden, as he's looking through the window, he sees the snow starts to pile up, and it piles up in the form of a snowy-looking woman. And she gets closer, and so, "Oh, she looks like the Snow Queen," says Kai. And so the next day, they're out. They go out to play in the snow, and all of a sudden they see this white carriage go by with horses rush past, and a gust of snow and ice comes up from the wind and goes into Kai's eyes. And it's like, "What's the matter?" says Gerda. I think ice pierced into my eye, and I can feel it in my heart. Wait a minute, I think it's gone." But Kai was wrong. It hadn't gone, because the Snow Queen had her shard had pierced into his heart and his eye, and all of a sudden Gerda is starting to cry because she sees her friend in pain, and she says, "What's the matter?" "I'm perfectly fine," says Kai. "Now leave me be. I'm okay." And he goes off, and he doesn't want to have anything more to do with Gerda. So, as is the custom in the town, most of the young boys would take their sleds and tie it to the back of the farmers' sleighs to make them go faster. So Kai saw a sleigh that was all white ahead of him, and he says, "Oh, this is awesome. Watch me, guys. I can do this way better than any of you can." And he quickly ties it to the sledge, and it starts going faster and faster. And it takes him out of the town, out on the edge of the town, and then the sleigh slows down, and then he sees beckoning for him is this beautiful looking woman with pale white skin and white hair. He says, "Come closer, Kai. I'm lonely. I wish to be with you. Come closer, Kai." It's the Snow Queen, and Kai follows her, and he gets into her, and he sits on her lap, and she says, "Come, you can be my little child. You can live in my palace, and I'll give you Turkish delight to eat." And so they go. Kai disappears all of a sudden, and as the days follow, people in all the village are saying Kai must have fallen through the ice when he went skating or something, and the lake took him. And now Gerda was very upset, and she was very sad, and she goes down to the lake wanting to get her friend back, and she has these new bright red shoes, and she takes her little dolly with her that she's had ever since she was really little. She goes down to the lake, and she says to the lake, "Please, lake, if you'll only bring my friend Kai back, I'll give you my new red shoes." And she takes off her red shoes and puts them in the lake, but the lake just the water moves and pushes them back to the shore, as if saying that no, Kai is really alive. And she thinks she didn't throw them out further enough, so she goes to a boat that's on the edge of the lake, and she gets in the boat, gets to the edge of the boat, and she's about to throw the shoes out, but all of a sudden the boat starts moving. Oh no, what am I going to do? It's going